Okay, you ready for this?
Always. Hit me with it.
Today's deep dive is all about Debbie Rowe.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Michael Jackson's ex-wife.
Exactly. Was she, like, using him? Or was she really trying to help him out?
Right. Grifter or gifted? That's what we're here to figure out.
And you guys sent us a ton of stuff. We've got, like, Wikipedia, news articles, even some court stuff.
Oh, court transcripts. This is going to be juicy.
So let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Okay, before Michael was even in the picture.
Right, before all that.
So picture Spokane, Washington, 1958. Debbie Rowe is born.
Okay, and?
Her parents split up when she's super young.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, she's raised mostly by women, her mom, grandmother, aunts, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
I wonder if that, affected her relationships later on.
Yeah, maybe. So then she gets married, right?
Uh-huh. To a guy named Richard Edelman, 1982.
Okay.
And get this, she converts to Judaism for him.
Wow, serious commitment.
But it doesn't last. They divorce in 88.
88, okay.
Later, she said she felt trapped in that marriage. Makes you think, huh?
Yeah, it does. Was she someone who always felt like she had to please people?
Right. Or maybe she was just looking for something more.
Ooh, maybe. Okay, so how does Michael Jackson even come into this?
Well, in the mid-'80s, she's working as a dermatology assistant.
Dermatology. Yeah.
Yep. For this doctor, Dr. Arnold Klein in Beverly Hills.
Oh, fancy.
And guess who's Dr. Klein's patient? Michael Jackson.
Whoa, seriously?
He was getting treated for vitiligo. It's that skin condition, where you lose pigment.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And lupus, too. It can really mess with your skin.
So just a totally random meeting.
Well, yeah. Who expects to meet Michael Jackson at the dermatologist?
Totally. Okay, so what happened?
Debbie, apparently, she was bold. She went right up to him, said something like, "Nobody does what you do better. You're amazing."
And he just laughed.
That's what she said. He laughed. And that's how they became friends.
Oh, I like that.
Right. But he was married to Lisa Marie Presley at the time.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And he kept the friendship with Debbie quiet at first.
Makes sense, I guess.
And here's the interesting part. Both of them, Michael and Debbie, they were unhappy in their marriages.
Huh. So they kind of bonded over that.
Yeah, they found comfort in each other's unhappiness.
Okay, I can see that. Especially for Michael. Imagine the pressure he was under.
Right. And this is where things get really interesting because Michael really wanted kids.
He did, yeah.
And Lisa Marie, she wasn't so sure.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that.
That was a big part of why they ended up getting divorced in 1996.
Oh, wow. So just a few months later.
Debbie steps in and offers to have his children.
Well, hold on. Really?
Yep. And they actually get married that same year.
So right after the divorce from Lisa Marie.
Exactly. Super private ceremony in Sydney, Australia.
Wow. That must have been crazy for everyone.
Oh, totally. People were talking, for sure. Was it love? Was it some kind of plan?
Yeah, come on. Was she just trying to get close to Michael Jackson for the fame, the money, whatever?
Well, some people definitely thought that. But Debbie Rowe gave birth to Michael Joseph Jackson Jr. in 1997.
Prince.
Yep, Prince. And then their daughter, Paris Michael Catherine Jackson, was born in 1998.
2 babies, back to back. It's kind of like a fairy tale, The king of pop kind of gets his family.
Yeah, kind of. But with Michael Jackson, things were never that simple, were they?
No, definitely not.
The sources we got, they're all over the place. Conflicting information, rumors, you name it.
Okay, so what does Debbie say about all this?
Well, she said she just wanted to give Michael the gift of fatherhood. She wasn't trying to be like a traditional mom.
Interesting.
But then later on, she said things that made people wonder if she was even the biological mother.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's wild, right? So now we don't even know for sure if she was the biological mother.
That just adds another layer to this whole thing.
Right. And one source, someone close to Michael, said that Michael actually wanted his longtime friend, Grace, to raise the kids if anything happened to him.
Whoa, really? Okay, so what was going on with this whole Michael and Debbie thing?
It's hard to say for sure. What we do know is that their marriage didn't last. Yeah, they divorced in 99, just 3 years after getting hitched.
3 years? Wow, that's quick.
Right. And the divorce settlement, that's really interesting.
So what does she get? Millions, I bet.
A house, a good chunk of change, yeah.
Uh,
But she gave up custody of the kids to Michael.
Hold on. She just walked away from her kids. after getting all that money.
It's definitely strange, right? I mean, that just makes it seem like it was all about the money.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, did she ever try to, like, get custody back or anything?
She did in 2004. Remember when Michael was facing those child abuse charges?
Oh, yeah.
Well, after that, Debbie went to court, tried to get the custody decision
Oh,
reversed.
wow. So she was willing to, like, go against him in court.
She was. And her testimony from those hearings, that's where it gets really interesting because she started talking about Michael's personal life, specifically his problems with pain medication.
Ooh, so she's spilling the tea.
Kind of. She talked about Demerol, said he was relying on it a lot.
Demerol, that's strong stuff.
Yeah, it is. And she was worried about doctors overprescribing it to him, basically saying Michael was dealing with chronic pain, maybe even addiction.
Man, that's heavy. So we're seeing this whole other side to Michael.
Right. And it makes Debbie's role even more complicated. Some people might call her a gold digger, but she's also the one talking about his health issues, when no one else was.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely makes things more complicated. So did she win? Did she get custody back?
No, she didn't. But a few years later, things change again. Paris, she reconnects with her mother in 2013.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Right. After all that drama, the legal battles, they find their way back to each other.
Yeah. Makes you wonder what he talked about.
Right. But the fact that they did reconnect, that changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it makes Debbie seem more human. Like maybe it wasn't all an act.
Exactly. So now it's not just about money. She's a mother who, at least with Paris, was able to build a real relationship.
Right. So where is Debbie Rowe now? What's she been up to?
Sources say she's keeping a low profile, living on a ranch out in Palmdale, California.
Palmdale, okay.
The same ranch, actually, that she bought back in 2004 for over $400,000.
Wow. So she's doing all right. Money-wise, I mean.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Seems like she's chosen a quieter life, away from all the craziness.
Makes sense. But things haven't always been easy for her, have they?
No, not always. In 2016, she was diagnosed with breast cancer,
Oh, wow.
and apparently Paris was there for her during her chemo treatments, supported her through it all.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, it is. Must have been a tough time, but it probably brought them even closer.
Yeah. It's like behind all the headlines, all the scandals, there's a real human story here.
Right. Pain, resilience, all of that. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into Debbie Rowe's life, we have to come back to that big question.
Yeah. Grifter or gifted?
Was she just using Michael Jackson for his money? Or was she genuinely trying to help him start a family?
It's tough to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it really could be either one, or even both.
Right. Like, I feel like we went into this thinking we'd come out with a clear answer, but
Now it's even more confusing.
totally. So let's try to break this down. What makes people think she was, like, a grifter?
Well, the timing is definitely suspect, Rowe.
Yeah.
Marrying Michael so soon after his divorce from Lisa Marie, it just seems, I don't know.
Calculated.
Yeah, calculated. And then the divorce settlement, she gets a house, a bunch of money, but no kids.
Right. Right. Like, that kind of screams opportunist,
It does. But then there's that other side of things, too.
The whole, she just wanted to give him a family thing.
Yeah, exactly. She always said that was her main goal. And her relationship with Paris, that seems pretty genuine. Yeah, true. And remember, she worked for Dr. Klein for years before even meeting Michael.
Oh, that's right. So it wasn't like she was some random fan trying to get close to him.
Exactly. They already knew each other.
Yeah.
And they had stuff in common, like those unhappy marriages.
Right. So maybe it was more than just a business deal, Maybe there were real feelings there.
Okay, so now we've got this woman who walks away from millions and her kids,
Yeah.
but then reconnects with her daughter and talks about Michael's struggles. It's a lot.
It is. And those comments about, the kid's biological parentage, that just adds fuel to the fire.
It's like a puzzle with missing pieces.
Yeah.
You think you're getting close to the answer, and then, nope.
Totally. That's what makes this whole thing so interesting, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's definitely made me rethink some things, like maybe we shouldn't be so quick to judge.
Right. Human motivations are rarely black and white. There's usually a whole lot of gray in there.
So I think it's safe to say we didn't really answer the question today.
Not definitively, no. But that's okay. Sometimes the best questions are the ones that keep us thinking.
Well said. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but we want to hear from you. What do you think about Debbie Rowe?
Grifter. Gifted? Something else entirely. Head over to our social media and let us know.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe to Grifter or Gifted for more explorations of today's most fascinating figures. We'll be back soon with another episode that's sure to spark debate and challenge your perceptions. Until then, stay curious.